we come to Zange Shotor. Zange Shotor means the bells that are attached to camels. So camel bells, basically. And so I think this gushe was originally composed to mimic the sound that it creates, that the camel bells create. So that's why you have these kind of droning, tremolo phrases. So a note to make about these phrases, especially Zange Shotor and some of the gushes coming up, we're playing on the lower octave, which is very awkward in this key for oud. So there's several places where you can play it. I have a shorter scale oud, Turkish size oud, 58.5 centimeter from bridge to nut, so it makes it easy for me to play it in the first position. I can even stretch my pinky from C to D quarter flat. So I can play some of these phrases like this one here. So I can play some of those, and it's not too difficult. There's other places where you can play it too, so you can play it up in a different position. So here. So you can play it there. This is a bit awkward too, but it does work. You have to make sure you really keep the C, D, and the E in tune here. And also there's no parallel fingerings happening, so your fingers are always kind of off when you change the string. So you have C here, and then you have B flat here, and then you have A quarter flat here. So C is up here. So it's very strange on the oud. So you can opt to also play this on the higher octave, I guess. I might do something like this, play the drone string. So something like that. You can play it up there. You can also switch back and forth depending. It's nicer to play this this low run on the lower octave. It sounds stronger. Up here it's a bit tinny. You really have to nail it if you're going to play it like that. So also Zange Shotor also introduces another note that's important in Zanga Shotor, which is the E quarter flat, and this tetrachord forms the gushe we call mukhalef, and so this is a really important modulation in Zanga Shotor. It's reminiscent of makam huzam in Arabic music, where you start on sika and then you move up into the higher tetrachord with Hijaz tetrachord. So it's very similar. The actual pitches are different, but it's got a very similar kind of vibe to it. that's where this comes in. This is introduced in Zange Shotor. Then there's a furud section. So furud means going back to the main note of the daska. So then we have hard to play on the lower octave. You really got to jump all the time, and or you got to decide to play it somewhere here. This is an easier place to play it. So yeah, so there's some considerations to make there with some of these gushes and sega. Of course, the proper place to play it on the oud would be in a different key. So you'd be playing it on E quarter flat, sega. And this makes it sound much better. For example, let's see how this would go here. So it would be different, and it's a way better place to play it on the oud.